Chris Sutton is confused and Barry Ferguson ain't happy. Welcome back to Fog Football. It's Sunday and you know what time that means. It's Mother's Day. Folks, happy Mother's Day. But let's talk about Chris Sutton and Barry Ferguson, alright? Because there's been a bit of fallout since this Rangers game. I've seen a lot of people agree, oh, but Dundee could have made it 3-0. You know what? I think it was a bit harsh when Dundee made it 3. Was it Tiffany that had the shot? I don't think there was much in it. I think it was on Yilmaz. But you know what? People are not here to agree about that. Chris Sutton was referring to Barry Ferguson's presser comments in which he said he didn't think this team would have won a couple of weeks ago. And he's not happy about it. But we'll get to Barry a wee bit later on. Sutton said, I was really sort of confused by some of the things Barry said there. He was certain a few weeks ago they would have lost that game. I don't know how you can be certain of that. He sort of came across as if he cracked it when he spoke about old bad habits creeping back in again because they beat Celtic. It doesn't mean they should be getting the bunting out. That was a one-off. They did well to beat Fenerbahce. I think there's a lot of work for Barry and his coaching team to do. End of quote. So, yeah. I mean, obviously Sutton making a bit of banter about bunting and trying to play down Rangers' win against Celtic. And obviously with Sutton, right? Yeah, see that yesterday, see that comeback against Dundee? Yeah, shitey Dundee, I know. That's ruined Chris Sutton's Saturday, alright? He was wanting to sit beside his old pal Chris, spelt with a K, and he was going to want to make fun of him and rip the piss clean out of him. You know what I mean? And I get it, see that win against Celtic? See in the grand scheme of things, see when this season comes to its end, is it going to matter? No, we're going to be double-digit points probably behind Celtic at the end of the day, right? But the reality is, you've still got to win the game. You know, it means next season when we all start back at 0 points and hopefully our squad's a bit better, you know, you can be like, well, we beat them home and away last season. No reason why we can't do it this season when it matters. It gives you a bit of confidence. There's no reason for bunting. I totally agree. You know what I mean? Where's my bunting? You know, there's no need for that. But I agree with Barry Ferguson. A couple of weeks ago under Clement, we would never, in a month of Sundays, have won that game of football. Now, someone could turn around and say that, well, you're talking shite because Barry's first game, he was 2-0 down and he came back and won 4-2. He's like, what's been learned from that? And I tell you what, I could turn around and say, well, you're totally right. You could be right. But I think the reality is, you're never going to fix this mentally fragile group of players, you know, within a couple of weeks. I know Barry Ferguson's claiming that he might have half done that, but I think to a degree he has, because these results wouldn't happen if Clement was in charge. They obviously respect Barry a bit and think, oh, I don't want to be going back into that dressing room when Barry's there and we're not coming back with the 3 points, because they're an absolute must. And I seen it during the live stream yesterday when I was doing a watch along of the game. It's like, there's no way like you can fix a team like that, you know, in a couple of weeks, because I mean, they're 3-1 down, they bring it back to 3 each and the foot goes off the gas. There's almost an acceptance of, well, a point's enough. We've done the hard bit. No. The hard bit is coming back and winning 4-3, 5-3. Alright, so how about you reel that in, Buckaroo? And also the other problem is, we should never be 2-0 and 3-1 down. You've got to cut that out of the game, you know what I mean? It's like, you look at Celtic this season, there's been a lot of games where Celtic haven't been that good. But seeing the games Celtic haven't been that good, are they 2-0 down? Are they 3-1 down? No. It'll be 0-0, and, you know, they've rode a bit of luck, but they've defensively, you know, made sure they haven't conceded, and then they go on and win 3-0. So yes, they didn't start that good against Hearts, but they still won 3-0. But if that was Rangers, maybe in an alternative universe, it would have been like 3-0. The Hearts early on, you wouldn't, you know, it could literally be anything. Look at the game at Tynecastle. Do not know how we weren't getting beat in that game. That game was absolutely ludicrous from a Rangers perspective. So yeah, and this is what Chris Sutton said to wrap this up, and I quote, he's coming out and talking about things turning around. I think it's very hard to judge at this moment in time. I still have massive doubts about Rangers. Ferguson was seriously Whoa, reel it in. That's not even Chris Sutton saying that, but he said everything about the massive doubts about Rangers. There is massive doubts about Rangers, but you know, it would have been a very Rangers thing to do this season would be to beat Celtic and absolutely just drop and fumble the ball. You know what I mean? Could not afford to do that. Just in terms of, you know, momentum. It's like, yeah, we dropped the ball a wee bit yesterday, but we picked it up and managed to get back over the line. Alright? And at the end of the season, I'm hoping that we've won, you know, like 8 games in a row, and it's not, well, no one's going to think, well, we almost threw it away against Dundee, because you need to win the game, right? But it's still an unacceptable manner to win the game, in my opinion. But Barry Ferguson said, really happy with the 3 points, but I saw so many old habits creeping in. I'm not going to allow that to happen. We've got a full week now, and that's something we'll look at. At the stages of the game, I was baffled. They showed character though, they never gave in. I just felt when we got the goal to 3-2, we could get the 3 points. They were warned, you have to be physical and match your opponent. We never did that in the first half. I made changes, but I shouldn't have to, end of quote. And you know what? Let's put Chris Sutton to one side and focus on Barry. I think that's the 4th time we've went 2-0 down. And Barry's like, what? I mean, how long's Barry been in the job? Has it been? It's probably just been over a month, right? I think it has been over a month. It's like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? It's like, see Barry, right? He's probably already got his favourites in that dressing room because it happens. But why are players that are continuously leaving us 2-0 down getting rewarded? You know, I don't get it. It's like, see the players that come on and, I don't know if you want to say change the game, right? But see like Bailey Rice, Hadji. I mean, I don't really want to throw Tom Lawrence in there, despite the fact he got a goal, because I don't think he really should be playing. It's like, should they not be given the start then, next game out? I'm not saying Hadji's never been part of a team this season that's went like 2-0 down, but why keep rewarding players that, you know, constantly make us go 2-0 down? And Butland, he should be dropped. Dessers should be dropped. You know what I mean? It's like, he scores. Some people are like, oh, his stats are brilliant. And then, like, a couple of weeks later, oh, he does it. I've always been consistent with Dessers. The guy's nowhere near good enough for Rangers. And when he goes through purple spells, yeah, should he start up front with Igamani? Probably. But right now, should he be starting up front with No. And Igamani gets subbed off for Danilo. I just don't get it, man. Don't get it. Anyway, Barry and Chris have spoken. What do you think yet? You got drama. Sutton's confused and Barry's no happy.
Oh, hell yeah.